Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival episode 3 of the same trip. I'm still by the fire. I'm restoking the fire because we're going to make some char cloth. This is denim and I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces and make char cloth. So, where did I get the denim? Funny story. When my oldest was in, I believe it was 3rd grade, she came home one day from school. She went to public school at this time. And what she said when she, sorry about the wind, I know it's loud. When she came home from school, she said she had learned, I asked, what'd you learn from school one day, or today? And she tells me, or she proceeds to dance in the manner of twerking. Do you know what twerking is? And she tells me that's what she learned from school that day. That was the last day she went to school. My wife proceeded to take all of her jeans and turn them into skirts. My wife is very proficient with sewing machines, and she made skirts out of her jeans, all of them. And to this day, my children do not, my daughters do not wear jeans. They don't. No. They will dress like females as long as they live in my house. So, this is my triggering of the feminists today. I was going to use my scissors on my Leatherman. Here, I'll show you what I'm trying to do here. I've cut one strip off here. I was going to use my scissors on my Leatherman to get this done, but it's not working out very well. The scissors need sharpened. So I'm just going to put the Leatherman back in the pocket and go back to using the knife. My pants are getting very dirty today. This doesn't have to be perfect. Just cut strips that are, usable. Char cloth doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be practical to use. So anything around that size for the container I'm using is fine. Now, I have made char cloth in an Altoids tin before. My Altoids tin is apparently in the car. I got it out of the bag because I keep an extra one in my bug out bag. I got it out of there because that was the goal. I was going to take the char cloth, or the tin out of there, make the char cloth. And, yeah, left the tin in the car. So I'm going to show you what I'm making char cloth out of in just a second. Although I probably will title it in a manner that you will have already figured it out. And if you've watched the previous videos, you probably already know. We are making char cloth with a bean can. The bean can is on the fire. You can see the steam coming out of it. I'm trying to evaporate all the liquid that was in it from when I washed it out. Liquid doesn't do well with char cloth. Dry container. Start with a dry container. This is probably easier to tear once an initial cut. Yeah. I could probably shove this whole thing in the can. But I'm still cutting it into strips. Not really cutting, but Sometimes I think I need a longer knife. And this is why sometimes I think I need a longer knife. Okay, all the cloth is in the can. I'm going to close the lid. Now, you need air to come out. You need a lot. Usually, in an Altoids tin, people will poke a little hole on there. And when it starts to stop, when the smoke stops coming out, that's when you snuff it. And the only way I'm going to be able to snuff this is like this. So I'm going to be using both of these. These are my implements today. And basically, you want to get this can really hot. Now, I said in the previous video I've melted these cans in the fire before, so I'm really hoping I don't melt this one. I put it in the fire just to evaporate the water that was in it, because I rinsed the beans out and I didn't want charred beans on my cloth. So yeah, I've never done this in a can like this before. Altoids cans are also aluminum, so I'm guessing it'll work the same. There's just more space in here, so probably more airflow. So I'm going to cover part of the hole with the ash as much as I can. I'm going to try to get you a good view of what I'm doing here. This is all very hot coal right here. All of it, very hot. And I'm essentially just going to stack that there. And then I'm going to essentially build a fire around it. And as you can see, I've built a hot fire on that can. I should have left a little bit of a, just a way I could see the hole in the front so I could see the smoke coming out of the can. Because what you really want is a lot of smoke coming out of the can, out of the vent holes in the can, which in this case is going to be the lid on top. Now, in my defense, if this doesn't work, you're still going to see it and see why. But if this doesn't work, I've only done this one time before. And it's been a long time ago. Also, when I did it, I used an Altoids can. Not my leftover beans can. But hey, survival. You use what you have. I believe we have battery power in the GoPro again. Okay, maybe not. Oh, yeah, we do. 90% battery. Awesome. That's just not cool. I just tore a hole in my cargo pocket. Can you see that? A hole. Well, you probably can't. Hole in my cargo pocket right there. These are my favorite pants. Not good. Now, as I was trying to explain earlier, the idea is to get it so hot in the can that everything starts to burn very slightly. And I missed a couple of pieces here on the outside. So basically this will start to turn red on the inside and burn very slightly. And once everything in there is turning, is starting to burn, it's not like flaming burn. It's more like turning to ash, or not ash, but coal. Basically the same premise as the coal. inside of there, it'll start to char just like this. You know, char. Like that. And when you notice that there's no more smoke coming out of it, which I can't really see, that's when you want to snuff it. By what I mean is cut off all oxygen inside of the can so that all fire goes out inside the can. That is the goal. Now, whether this is going to work in that type of can or not, I mean, it should. With the lid, I'm kind of questionable on the lid. And like I said, I've only done this once, and it was a while ago. The biggest question I'm asking myself now is how I'm going to get that can out of that fire without burning myself. But we'll find that out in a minute. Now, whatever you do, whether you think it's done or not, do not open the can. Don't ever open the can, because all you're going to do is let in oxygen. It's going to create flame. It's going to ash all of your cloth that's inside of there. So you want to take it directly off the coals and cover it so that no air can get into it, and that's how you're putting it out. That being said, I'm going to devise a way to grab it and get it out of there in just a few moments. I hadn't looked this up prior to doing this. This is just me trying it out. I hope it works. I'm not seeing any more smoke coming from the can. I never really seen it to begin with because I have the can in the bad spot, but there is rather a large opening on that side there, and I think I'm seeing some flame come from it. So I'm going to try to get it out of there and snuff it, and then just see what happens. I could always put it back in and char it more if I have to after I've snuffed it. So here's my idea on how to get it out of there. Yeah, tongs. I'm going to put it there. There's still a lot of ash on top. And I don't know if you got to see that or not, but yeah, we'll back you up a little bit. There it is right there. The can is inside of there. That's really all there is to char cloth. I hope I left it in there long enough. I'm not really sure with as much cloth as it is, and it is denim, so it's thicker. But I was seeing what looked like a little bit of flame come out of the inside of the can. So I decided to take it out. I will probably put it back in and put it upright if it's not charred all the way. But I'm going to give it at least, 5 minutes or so to let it cool down a little bit and make sure that there's no fire left in there. If you take it off too soon and let air into it too soon, it'll definitely reignite, and it may not flame up, but it'll all burn, little red burn. You know how it is with char cloth. You've seen char cloth before, right? If you haven't seen char cloth before and this is the first time you're seeing it, this is definitely me learning it with you. So yeah, I will get back to you soon. We're still waiting on the char cloth. High today was, I don't know if I said it in the other videos, was supposed to be 65. I don't think it's gotten there though. I'm still wearing the flannel and I'm not cold, I'm not hot. Just enjoying the fire while I let things cool off. It's dying down for sure. It was a good fire. It cooked my chicken, cooked my beans, and cooked my jeans. Yeah. My chicken, my beans, and my jeans. I'm going to use this for a patch or something. I had a hole in my cargo pocket. That's just really annoying. I'm using this bag for trash. I have some tools and some trash in there. I will take the charred can out with me too. I'll put the GoPro on it so we can see together. Still feeling a bit of heat in there, so I'm going to leave it a few more minutes. So I am having to charge my phone with my backup battery. My gimbal tends to drain it a lot faster than my regular use would, so yeah. I am going to try to open the can again, so we'll see. Fairly cool now. That is a good sign. And we have Char Cloth. Yeah. It's actually too charred. Yeah, it burned up too much. See, some of it's usable. I'm still going to save the can because some of it is definitely usable. Like some of these pieces are good. And this would still definitely start a fire. But a lot of it is just burned way too bad. The problem of it is the ring around here. There's just too much of a gap right here. So I will definitely make you another Char Cloth video when I bring my Altoids tin next time. Another battery died. It was at 90% when I started like 5 minutes ago. This GoPro is no good no more. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Alright, this has been Grim Survival's third video. This was Char Cloth. Obviously, it failed a little bit. Some of it still usable, some of it's not. Cam was really the problem. I forgot my Altoids tin. Altoids tin, if you layer it really well on top of each other, I mean, only maybe 1 or 2 layers will burn. Obviously, I stuck it in too much heat too, so yeah, it kind of worked. It kind of worked. All right, so this has been part 3. Yeah, part 3 of what I'm going to put out there, and yeah. All right, I'm back. Obviously, I'm back in the storage room. This is the next day. I'm holding my can still, and I still have what's left of it in there. Now, I don't know if you can see this. That is way too charred in there. It really is. Yeah, it's still usable. It is. It's still usable. I could still start a fire with that. Essentially, what you would have to do to start a fire with this is just drop some sparks in there, let it get nice and hot, pour it on whatever you're using to start fire. Ember-wise, that is. Yeah, my Char Cloth didn't work out too well. The can just, yeah, here, I'll show you. The lid just has too much of an air hole. I didn't put it in there right. I should have set it up right. Actually, what I should have done is set it upside down so the opening was covered on the bottom and then poked an air hole or a vent hole in the top. That would have worked out way better. Lessons learned, right? I will make another Char Cloth video doing it properly. And I will start a fire with this. The next time I'm out in the forest, I will do my best. If it's dry enough, you know, I find some dry tinder, I will start a fire using the contents of this can. So apparently me and my bean can are going to travel around with each other for a while. Yeah, I do still expect to head out tomorrow for the Northeast. I will let you know if plans change. Have a feeling they're going to change. But anyway, you know how things go. My plans, they work so well. Anyway, if you actually watched all 3 of these videos, I greatly appreciate it. Remember, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. The little bell icon next to it if you have faith that YouTube will give you notifications. And I have a couple other videos. Yeah, I have another video to make. I have something to discuss. So I'm going to do that next. So stay tuned. And hey, thanks for watching.